Fred Delphia to the microphone now. He's got a few things that he'd like to say, but before that, how about a round of applause for this man, our conductor? He puts in, yes, a lot of time and effort go into making these performances each week. And of course, he is the man, part of the man. He's got a lot of great help there in front of him, but he does a great job with this concert. Fred.
Thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate it very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to welcome you to the season finale of the Dominic Greco Band. We truly appreciate you coming out to hear our concert and supporting us throughout the 2015 concert season. I have not commented about the band publicly for the last several years, but with this band, I felt I was past due to make a couple of observations. First, and I feel very important, is the fact that no one in this band is paid to play or direct. We have all volunteered because of our love of band music, and our vision over the years has been to maintain in the Tuscora Valley the old-fashioned concert in the park. And we don't take that vision lightly. It's on the back of our brochure. And what we have tried to do is somewhat emulate the bands of the late 1800s, early 1900s. Throughout the nation, there were small communities like ours that all had bands almost. Some were called civic bands, some were called community bands, some were called town bands, and there were a lot of brass bands also. But they were very popular. Every Sunday, people pack up their lunch, go down to the city square. The band would play a concert in the gazebo, and that was a great source of entertainment during the late 1800s, 1900s. And of course, Mr. Greco founded this band in 1917, which really is, again, early 1900s. And look, we're getting to almost the 100th anniversary of this fine band. But that vision is something that we try to maintain, and we're fortunate to have this fantastic outdoor amphitheater, and that makes a big difference for us too. I would like to personally thank several people who have been keys to the success of the band. First, a special thanks to my good friend Steve Struve. Steve is truly my right-hand man. He has taken the unbelievable task of placing all the music in the folders. We are talking about thousands of pieces of music. And along with that, Steve's a great French horn player, and he oversees the loading of all of our equipment. And he's just a great guy to have. Steve, stand up. I would like to also thank Micah Carrick, Dover Middle School Band Director, for allowing us to use his Dover Middle School band room for rehearsals, and Chris Redd, Dover High School Band Director, for allowing the truck, the band truck, to be available to move our equipment, and also Joan Wenzel for supervising all the percussion equipment and also loading. So with those three people, please stand. Chris, Micah, and you know Joan. I can't say enough about this next individual. His amazing voice has thrilled audiences and given the Dominic Greco Band the ability to program an unlimited variety of music. Of course, I'm talking about Ron Barquette. Ron? A member that has been highly responsible for helping to make our concerts very unique is our staff arranger, Corey Swinnerman. Corey. We have redesigned our website this year, and the designer and operator of that wonderful website is Ann Swinnerman. Ann keeps all Greco Band news updated, and I encourage you to visit it every so often. Pretty simple, even I can remember it, DominicGrecoBand.org. And Ann is back there videoing us, and thank you very much, Ann. As most of you know, Gary Petricolo was our announcer for many years. For several reasons, Gary has had to bow out as the voice of the Greco band. Gary was so good that we knew it would be a difficult task to replace him. Announcing program notes is just not a matter of reading words off a piece of paper. You have to make the reading interesting, good voice inflection, great personality to relate to the audience, and a bit of showmanship and a lot of humor. Well, we were fortunate to find that type of young man. He has grown as the voice of the band, and he has truly made his mark as our announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Roberts. Michael. The next gentleman really doesn't receive enough recognition for all the wonderful activities he is involved in here at Tuscora Park. He is a good friend, along with being a great fan of the Dominic Greco band, and I'd like to introduce, and you all know him, Sam Hitchcock. Stand up, Sam. We have had a fantastic season with large audiences like this. It's a wonderful audience. Our audience at the Tribute to America concert was probably one of the largest they have had at the amphitheater. We finally had the marvelous experience of playing at the Kent State Performing Arts Center, and it has been a great season for all of us involved. The 2016 schedule is set. We will again perform our Tribute to America concert on a Sunday, and that seemed to work extremely well for all of us. And one of the theme concerts is going to be Latin music, which will offer an exciting look at that type of music. And I am pleased to announce we have scheduled another free concert at the Performing Arts Center. I want to give my personal thanks to this wonderful band. I am always amazed at how dedicated they are to participating in the Greco band and willing to give large blocks of time for rehearsals, practicing, and performances. We rehearse 2.5 hours a week. To describe rehearsals, I would say they are long, hard, at times intense. I don't know who makes them intense. Rewarding, and often humorous. We rarely take a break, and if we do, it is very short. After almost 2.5 hours, I usually go back and pull out one of the most difficult numbers to rehearse. And I never hear one complaint. I never hear one complaint. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to have this band stand so that you might show them your appreciation for all they bring to the Tuscarawas Valley. And thank you very much. And I know they greatly appreciate that.